The Rock responds to throwing Triple H under the bus at WrestleMania 41. What's next for Braun Breaker? Dominik Mysterio addresses his babyface turn. Logan Paul will be a WWE Hall of Famer. The WWE's current stance on Cody Rhodes turning heel. Jey Uso cemented his legitimacy by tapping Gunther, a historic champion set to lose a WWE title on SmackDown after WrestleMania. A current champion confirms match between him and John Cena is not happening. Roman Reigns' WWE story following WrestleMania confirmed. Let's dive right in. What's next for Bron Breakker? Braun Breaker walked into Las Vegas last weekend as the Intercontinental Champion. However, he lost the title to Dominic Mysterio in the Fatal 4-Way match at WrestleMania 41 Night 2. On the Raw, after the show of shows, the 27-year-old shocked the world by allying with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Fans are excited to see the visionary and the unpredictable badass together. Let's take a look at 3 potential directions for Bron Breakker after his alliance with Seth Rollins and Paul Heyman. Number 1, he may team up with Seth Rollins to face Roman Reigns and CM Punk at Backlash. Paul Heyman ended Night 1 of WrestleMania 41 by standing alongside the visionary. The WWE Hall of Famer betrayed his tribal chief, Roman Reigns, and his best friend, CM Punk, during the main event triple threat match for Seth freakin' Rollins. After Braun revealed himself as the new member of Rollins' new faction this past Monday, there is a chance that they may team up to face Reigns and Punk at Backlash. The upcoming PLE could be the opportunity for the OTC and the Second City Saint to seek revenge on Heyman and Rollins. Number 2, Bron Breakker may help Seth Rollins win the World Heavyweight Championship. Seth Rollins carried Monday Night Raw on his back until last year's WrestleMania as the World Heavyweight Champion. After allying with the Wiseman and Bron Breakker, the visionary might look to regain the world title. Rollins has always had beef with the OG bloodline. As Jey Uso is the current World Heavyweight Champion, the Architect may be more motivated than ever to regain the title, and the unpredictable badass may help him achieve his goal. Number 3, he may start a feud with Roman Reigns ahead of Backlash. Bron Breakker had a small interaction with the original tribal chief during the Men's Royal Rumble match earlier this year. He speared Roman Reigns during that match, making headlines. The former Intercontinental Champion speared Reigns again during this week's Raw. Breakker might start a feud with the OTC after what he did this past Monday. The 2 superstars might lock horns at the upcoming Backlash PLE in St. Louis. Dominic Mysterio addresses his babyface turn. Is WWE about to flip the script on Dominic Mysterio? After getting one of the loudest crowd reactions of the night at WrestleMania 41, the reigning Intercontinental Champion is now staring down the unexpected. Fans may be turning him babyface. Dominic's victory in Las Vegas wasn't supposed to earn cheers, but it did. And while he hasn't made any on-screen moves to suggest a turn, the shift in energy is undeniable. On WWE Raw, he stayed in heel territory, with JD McDonough helping him retain his title against Penta. But if the crowd keeps cheering, WWE may not have a choice. In a new interview with CBS Sports, Dominik reacted to the sudden support. Whatever the company wants, I'm here for them. I'm a team player, and they know that. At the end of the day, whatever is best for business is going to happen. As for how it felt to win the Intercontinental title at his first WrestleMania singles match, Dominik didn't hold back. It's super validating. The fact that it's my first Mania competing for a singles title. It's also my first Mania without my deadbeat dad anywhere around me. It's definitely an accomplishment for me. The deadbeat dad heel persona made him one of WWE's most hated figures, but now fans are flipping the script, maybe even faster than WWE expected. Should WWE pull the trigger on a Dominik Mysterio babyface run, or should he keep leaning into the heat? Please share your thoughts and feedback in the comment section. Logan Paul will be a WWE Hall of Famer. Logan Paul might not be in the WWE Hall of Fame yet, but according to Stephanie McMahon, it's only a matter of time. During a recent vlog, Logan attended the 2025 WWE Hall of Fame ceremony, jokingly expecting to be the lead inductee. Stephanie McMahon quickly set the record straight. While it's not happening this year, she made it clear she sees him getting there eventually. So, typically, it would take a long time before you'd be inducted, Stephanie told him. I know you're young. I think it will definitely happen. You're so talented. You just have to not give up, right? Just stick with it. No matter what happens, just stick with it, because it's the journey that makes you. It's their journey with you that makes it a success. Logan followed up with a question only he would ask. How much do the fans matter? On a scale from 1 to 10. The WWE's current stance on Cody Rhodes turning heel. John Cena beat Cody Rhodes to become the new undisputed WWE champion at WrestleMania 41, and since then, fans have wondered what's next with Cody Rhodes. With The Rock recently confirming he wanted to turn Rhodes heel, WWE's current stance on Rhodes turning heel has been revealed. According to Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, despite The Rock continuing to push for Cody Rhodes to turn heel, it's not something WWE is currently planning. While there's always a chance it could happen, especially if The Rock forces it, right now the belief within WWE is that a heel turn for Rhodes isn't in the works. I was told that is not the plan. It could happen, The Rock, could probably even force it, but nobody is under the impression that that's where they're going. This update follows The Rock's comments confirming that he supported the idea of Cody Rhodes turning heel. He explained that the storyline about Cody Rhodes possibly selling his soul to the final boss was meant to test how fans would react. The Rock felt that Cody Rhodes was smart and experienced enough to take on a complex storyline like this, one where the reason for turning heel wouldn't just be about winning championships, but something deeper. He believed this kind of story would leave a lasting impression and go beyond just wrestling, and he pointed out that fans seem to really connect with the idea. When it comes to giving me your soul, that is what you want, not what the final boss wants. So now we go into Elimination Chamber with this idea. Will Cody Rhodes sell his soul to the final boss? My thought at the time was, it was a litmus test to find out, in my opinion, how will fans respond if Cody sold his soul to the final boss. Let's get a temperature check on this. You come to find out there are a lot of fans who were saying, sell your soul. Whatever it is, it's going to be great. So I was an advocate of that. Not turning Cody heel soon, but eventually down the line. I like the idea because Cody is a smart guy and a ring general. I think this idea of you giving him a reason to turn way down the road, not based on titles but on his soul and what that means, affects generations and transcends pro wrestling, and fans were loving it. While fans are still excited about the idea of Cody Rhodes turning heel, WWE isn't in a hurry to make it happen. The Rock's idea of a storyline where Cody Rhodes sells his soul would add depth to his character, but it still might be a while until that happens. Therefore, we'll have to wait and see what WWE has planned for the American Nightmare in the coming weeks. Jey Uso cemented his legitimacy by tapping Gunther. Main event. Jey Uso reached WWE's mountaintop at WrestleMania 41 when he made Gunther tap out to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. While the finish wasn't popular with some fans, a longtime wrestling veteran explained why it cemented Jey's legitimacy. After a back-and-forth, hard-hitting match to open Night 1 of WrestleMania 41, Jey hit a trio of Uso splashes before locking the sleeper on the ring general, who immediately tapped out. It was a feel-good moment for the Yeet Master, but some members of the WWE Universe preferred if Gunther wasn't submitted. In an appearance on the Ariel Helwani show, former TNA President Scott D'Amore explained why Jey Uso making Gunther tap out was a good decision. Gunther has been booked extremely strong through his entire run there. Jey is an organic babyface. It's that Bryan Danielson, it's that Joe Hendry, and I really think that Jey needed that win and that tap out. It really kind of cements the legitimacy of it. He got Gunther to blink in that in-ring on TV there a couple weeks ago. He showed that he had no fear, and we saw really for the first time some real cracks in the armor of Gunther. I liked it. It's different. I think that in 2025, tap-outs are a completely acceptable finish to matches. I think when used right, they add to matches, D'Amore said. Jey Uso celebrated his win on WWE RAW and was joined by Sami Zayn and Jimmy Uso. Gunther, on the other hand, took out his frustrations on Michael Cole and Pat McAfee, who was choked out by the former World Heavyweight Champion. Speaking on Good Morning Football last month, Seth Rollins was a special analyst and was asked to compare NFL players to WWE superstars. Rollins thought that Philadelphia Eagles running back Saquon Barkley was main event Jey Uso. Barkley left the New York Giants to join the Eagles and blossomed into one of the best players in the NFL en route to winning the Super Bowl. Similarly, Jey broke out of the bloodline to become his own man. Rollins knew what he was talking about because, just like Barkley, Jey won a title after leaving a team or group. A historic champion set to lose a WWE title on SmackDown after WrestleMania. The upcoming episode of SmackDown is set to feature the aftermath of a wild WrestleMania 41 weekend. WWE delivered a spectacular edition of Raw this week, including big shockers and surprises. The same tradition could be followed on the Blue brand as well, where the Triple H-led creative could cause a shocking title change in an impromptu match. Women's United States champion Chelsea Green might drop her coveted title on SmackDown after WrestleMania. Despite being a historic inaugural champion, she missed out on the showcase of the Immortals. Well, it looks like Triple H might be saving her title defense for this week's show. If it happens, WWE could present Green's title loss as a potential shocker on the show. During the program, the hot mess could confront SmackDown GM Nick Aldis with her complaints about not being featured on the Mania card. As a result, Aldis could announce that the 34-year-old would defend her title on SmackDown against a potential return or an NXT call-up. If that happens, WWE will have a great opportunity to cause a shocking title change. Although Chelsea Green has been a champion for over 100 days, her title reign has arguably been underwhelming. While the Women's United States Championship was a huge milestone for the women's division, the hot mess has fallen short in doing anything substantial with the title. As a result, WWE might take the belt off her soon to give it to a legend or help elevate an upstart. While it is an intriguing possibility, it is a mere speculation at the moment. It remains to be seen how things shape up for Chelsea Green from here on. Chelsea Green is an incredible entertainer, and fans love to see her on television. WWE could capitalize on her popularity even after taking away the Women's United States Championship. The company could position Green in the Women's Tag Team Championship chase this summer. The hot mess is already a part of her faction, the Green Regime, with Alba Fyre and Piper Niven. She could team up with any one of them to chase the Women's Tag Team Championship after she loses her gold. This way, WWE could keep her relevant, despite taking away the Women's United States title from her. Besides, fans loved Green's last title reign as the tag team champion with Piper Niven. Therefore, the creative might consider recreating that magic once again in 2025 with another memorable title run. The hot mess's involvement could revitalize the lackluster booking of the current SmackDown women's tag division. However, it all depends on what WWE's creative head, Triple H, has in store. Will Chelsea Green lose her coveted title soon or continue to hold on to it? Only time will tell. A current champion confirms match between him and John Cena is not happening. John Cena has only begun his reign as the undisputed WWE champion, and fans are already speculating about the various names he could defend his title against. However, NXT champion Femi has all but confirmed that he is unlikely to cross paths with Cena on his retirement tour, which will culminate by the end of 2025. The leader of Cenation won his record-setting 17th WWE World title by ending Cody Rhodes' more than year-long reign at WrestleMania 41. On the following episode of Raw, Randy Orton established himself as the first challenger for John Cena's gold. The legendary rivals are expected to battle it out at Backlash 2025 next month, which takes place in the Vipers' hometown of St. Louis on May 10th. While Cena is expected to have several matches on his retirement tour, Femi has made it clear that fans shouldn't expect him to face the veteran performer. Speaking on the No Contest Wrestling podcast, the NXT champion explained that although he wished to face John Cena, he was convinced it's unlikely to materialize. I wish, but he's in the twilight of his career. He's winding down. I'm just getting started. I don't know if our paths are going to cross in that fashion. I hope it does, but I don't think so. Roman Reigns' WWE story following WrestleMania confirmed. Roman Reigns came up short at WrestleMania 41 this past weekend. The triple threat match against Seth Rollins and CM Punk served as a confirmation that the Bloodline era had come to an end. The OTC has instead been slotted into a new story after the success of his family members at WrestleMania. Reigns may have come up short in Las Vegas, but Jey Uso became World Heavyweight Champion and Jacob Fatu became the United States Champion. With the Bloodline members now thriving alone, Roman Reigns' new story is a redemption arc after Paul Heyman turned his back on his tribal chief and aligned with Seth Rollins, the one man who has had Roman's number for the past decade. Reigns wasn't the only one betrayed by Paul Heyman, who also backstabbed CM Punk. The Wiseman has since attempted to claim innocence, stating that he was betrayed by the best in the world and the OTC first. It will be interesting to see how this story unfolds with Reigns not being seen as the puppet master for the first time in 5 years. Roman Reigns' return in 2020 sparked the beginning of the Bloodline saga, and over the next few years he cemented himself as the head of the table. However, not a single member of his family is in his corner at the moment. For the next few months, the 39-year-old will likely be on the back foot, which is going to be quite the juxtaposition to how he had been as the tribal chief. It was evident at WrestleMania, where there was no one for him to hand the Ula Fala to, that Reigns is now truly alone, and he needs to be able to prove to himself that he can be alone once again. That being said, he could have an unlikely ally in CM Punk, given that both men were betrayed by Heyman at WrestleMania and were decimated by Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins on Raw. They could now work together to get revenge. The Rock responds to throwing Triple H under the bus at WrestleMania 41. Many fans were upset over the fact that The Rock didn't show up at WrestleMania 41 since Travis Scott ended up helping John Cena win the undisputed WWE title. This led to The Rock being accused of throwing Triple H under the bus, and now The Rock has responded to the same. While speaking on Busted Open Radio, Dave LaGreca called out The Rock for speaking up about WrestleMania 41, even though he wasn't there. He said now that fans are upset about how the show ended, The Rock went on Pat McAfee's Big Sports Show and said he would have done things differently. LaGreca thought it was too late for that and said The Rock didn't even show up for the event or make himself available. LaGreca also accused The Rock of throwing Triple H under the bus after The Rock said he would have changed things. In LaGreca's opinion, The Rock should have either said everyone did a great job or just kept quiet. Since he wasn't involved, he shouldn't be criticizing. LaGreca added that if The Rock had helped plan the show or been part of it, he could have said we when talking about what happened. But instead, The Rock kept saying I, which made it sound like he was blaming others. LaGreca said The Rock likes to say we when things go well, but says I when things don't. Now that everybody's and moaning about the end of WrestleMania 41, The Rock is going to go on Pat McAfee, who has the biggest show in sports talk radio, and say, yeah, I would have done it differently. Yeah, I would have adjusted something. Nice to hear from you now, pal. It's over. Now that everybody's complaining, yeah, I would have done it differently. Thanks, pal. You didn't make yourself available, didn't show up at WrestleMania. You want to talk about completely throwing Triple H under the bus? That's exactly what The Rock did. You know what The Rock should have said? You guys did an awesome job. Or say nothing at all. But by saying that, you just threw Triple H under the bus. If you're not going to be there and you didn't take part in it, then don't say anything about it. Now, if he was part of the creative process and was actually there, then he could say we, because he's part of the F company. But no, he says I would have done things differently. He loves saying we when it's successful, but when it's not, he goes, I would have, I. In response, The Rock said that the wrestling business is all scripted and always has been. He said every part of it, from matches to interviews, is planned out. He invited Dave to join him, Cody Rhodes, John Cena, Brian Gewirtz, and others in their creative talks, so he could better understand how things really work. Until then, he told Dave to stop ranting because it's not good for him and to just enjoy the show. Hi, Dave. The business is a complete work. Always has been, always will be. Every aspect of it, every match, every interview. Please join me, Cody, Cena, Brian, and the rest of us for our creative discussions so you can expand your perspective. Until then, stop ranting. It's not healthy, my friend. Enjoy the show. Peas, tell Bubba I have Grand Marnier and hush puppies for all of us. The Rock explained that he missed WrestleMania 41 since he wanted John Cena to have all the attention after winning his 17th World Championship. Regardless, The Rock made it clear he won't accept criticism like this, and that's not going to change anytime soon. What do you think? Did The Rock overstep by critiquing WrestleMania 41 after the fact, or was he right to speak up?